Hello and welcome to another installment of Dr. Klein's Info Series. This is Dr. Ellie Klein, and today I want to talk about a couple of trace minerals and their role in heart health, manganese and copper. And this has to do with a newsletter. Information was sent out in a newsletter that was sent out to our retail customers and nutraceuticals. And I'm, of course, the formulator for nutraceuticals and naturopathic doctor. And those two ingredients are in my formula, Dr. Klein's Healthy Heart Plus, along with 23 other ingredients, which are there to help support, according to Health Canada, healthy cholesterol levels, blood pressure levels, cardiovascular function, and even improve blood sugar levels and weight management. But what do manganese and copper have to do with heart health? It's crazy, right? I mean, this formula has 23 ingredients, and everybody comments about, oh, it's just like Medici Plus, maybe a little more ingredients. And yes, there are two common ingredients, vitamin C and lysine, for good reasons, based on the research of Dr. Linus Pauling, and I'll touch on that in a moment in a different context. But 23 vitamins and minerals, manganese, copper, what the heck do they have to do with heart health? So this is why manganese and copper are in Healthy Heart Plus, and these are their benefits. So there are several, as I outlined in the newsletter that you may have received by email or hard copy with a shipment of Nantin products. Well, first of all, manganese and copper are cofactors in the activity of a very important enzyme that helps protect against oxidative damage, excessive oxidative damage, and that's superoxide dismutase. What superoxide dismutase, and that's a fancy name for complex protein, is that it captures loose electrons, and that's how oxidative damage occurs, by the firing, so to speak, if you think of a machine gun, of excessive electrons onto a structure. And these excessive electrons, can change the structure itself, the nature of the structure, the function of the structure. And in the context of cardiovascular health, it actually can damage the artery wall and bring about hardening of the arteries, and down the road also formation of plaque in the arteries, and that can increase. So the hardening of the arteries can raise blood pressure, and of course plaque in the arteries can cause a heart attack and a stroke. And there are several mechanisms, several defense mechanisms the body has to protect against that oxidative damage that occurs from things like the excessive consumption of vegetable oil with polyunsaturated fatty acids, the omega-6s, which are highly unstable, have these excess electrons to give away and cause excessive oxidation. Too much iron can do that. Certain environmental chemicals, toxins can do that, heavy metals, and so on. And so this excessive oxidation damages the structure, and superoxide dismutase neutralizes these electrons, excess electrons, as to defend and protect the structure, in this case, the artery wall. So really, really important trace minerals to protect against damage to the artery wall, which can lead to a heart attack or a stroke. Now, beyond that, the artery wall consists of 3 layers, and within the second layer, the third layer as well, there are what's called proteoglycans. You also find them in joints. You know, if you've heard of glucosamine and chondroitin and hyaluronic acid. These are just different parts and components of sort of the same stuff, which is like hard jello jelly-like structure that protects against excessive pressure. So it makes sense to have it in the joints, but also in the context of the artery wall, it can prevent excessive damage, prevent stickiness that can cause plaque, and so on. And manganese is a cofactor in an enzyme that actually helps to make these proteoglycans. So very important for joint health. Copper also plays a role in joint health as well, very similar role actually. But that's the other thing, the other way by which there's protection of the artery wall against excessive damage and cause hardening of the arteries, high blood pressure, and plaque that can cause a heart attack or a stroke. So the formation of proteoglycans is the second way by which these minerals help. And thirdly, what gets damaged within the artery wall that brings about hardening of the arteries and plaque and so on is basically rope-like structures that that are the scaffold, the rope-like structured threads, basically trihelix threads that are a scaffold of the artery wall, and you know them by the name collagen. So 60% of the artery wall is collagen, and that's what actually gets damaged from excessive oxidation and also peroxidation, glycation. These are biochemicals damage, types of damage and injuries that bring about hardening of the arteries and so on. And that collagen has to be replaced with new collagen. And the way the body makes new collagen is by joining threads of procollagen units which meet each other and form this collagen rope-like structure at the lysine component or amino acid unit or location at one thread and then proline of the other. And vitamin C and silica are important for that, but also manganese, copper, and zinc. They're also necessary for the production of this rope-like structure that collagen, which by laying down new collagen, replacing old collagen, so plaque, much like a scab on the skin, when the skin heals after an injury or damage, scab sloughs off, plaque sloughs off as well. So copper and manganese are very important trace minerals and cofactors in the production of collagen. They're actually going to be in our upcoming vegan collagen formula, advanced vegan collagen booster, I believe is what we're going to call it, along with lots of lysine and glycine and proline, which are really important for that as well. So that's why these three ingredients are in Healthy Heart Plus. Hopefully it makes sense now. So now when you hold the bottle and when you recommend it to someone who has is a potential customer because they have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and they're looking to protect the arteries and the heart and all that. And of course, all the other stuff there is important as well. I mean, coenzyme Q10 and magnesium are the obvious go-to nutrients. There's lots of information about coenzyme Q10 in the context of blood pressure reduction of an average of 17 points over 10 points at 120 milligrams. And lots of evidence related to improving heart function in heart failure patients and reversal of endothelial dysfunction, which is basically the development of plaque in the arteries. Magnesium, extremely versatile, extremely important for blood pressure, for cholesterol, for blood sugar support. So those are important. High dose of vitamin C as well, very important for different reasons. But also there are other little tidbits that kind of that when they're put together, they form that clear puzzle, and they all help each other. All these ingredients help each other to provide value-added benefit. And so that's why these trace minerals are there. Hopefully this has been helpful. And thank you very much for watching. And please stay tuned for the next installment of Dr. Klein's Info series.